Hey everyone, alright, so as you can see, I am not in Ajax, Ontario. We learned along the road trip that when I tried to do the Tragically Hip reviews on Tragically Hip Way, I felt rushed. There was a lot of noise going on, everything else like that. So the review was very hard to do properly. The other thing too is even though I listened to the album 4 or 5 times on the way up, and that applies to this album as well, Sum 41, Order and Decline, all of them. This one I listened on the way back, actually. I did throw it in, I was listening on the way back. We had it going for a while, seriously quite a while. And we have the windows closed in our car, the air conditioning on, because we're going down the 401 or the 407. At some parts we were going down the 403. Anyways, at different points we were on different numbers on the 400 highway series. At that speed, I don't like having the windows open. It really bugs my ears. So the windows are closed, the air conditioning's on. Tracy doesn't like the music loud in the car when she's in it because it will give her a headache from the reverberation and whatnot. And our car hums quite loudly as we're going down the highway, so giving these a good, authentic review by the standards I want to, I could not do this while I was on my road trip. So stopping in Ajax, unfortunately, would have been pointless. And on the way home, we were making really good time on the 407, and we blew right past Ajax. So I remember when I was a kid, there used to be a ton of signs for Ajax, and there's no signs for Ajax anymore. It's really annoying. So on to Sum 41, Order and Decline. Okay. The album opens up with Turning Away. Really good way to start the album up. I thought it was really decent. Okay, let me go actually right now at this point. There's only one song on this album I'm not overly fond of, and it's the ballad. Okay? This is a pretty solid album the whole way through. Okay, we're going to say that before I go any further. Some tracks are definitely better than others. Some tracks are honestly album filler, but they're decent album filler. They're very enjoyable. This was a good album to drive to down the 407, man. Great album to drive to down the 407. And here in the 401, I had this, what was it? We had this going from probably Kingston to, might have started in Gananoque. Gananoque or Kingston, and we had it going until probably we got off the 407, maybe? I think I switched, I think it was right around there, yeah. It just had a good driving pace to it, good tunes, good moving. Out for Blood, this is why I'm bringing all this up. Out for Blood, decent enough tune. To me, it's not overly memorable. The next track as well, The New Sensation. The New Sensation's memorable, but for different reasons. And The New Sensation's also why I needed to listen to it on a home stereo, not my car. Out for Blood, though, just kind of decent enough tune, you get through it. The New Sensation, this one kind of has a Muse, the band Muse, tone to it. There's some heavy keyboarding stuff going on in there and whatnot, or keyboard-like sound in there. When was this album released? I do not have a release date directly here. I hate when albums do that. All the other details that no one gives a shit about but the release date. Whatever. Okay. After that, we get to A Death in the Family, which I thought was a good tune. I really enjoyed A Death in the Family. It's a little bit slower, but it's and this is not the ballad. This is just a slower tune. Very personal, very introspective kind of thing. Heads Will Roll. That was great. Heads Will Roll was awesome, man. Oh God. 45, A Matter of Time. I thought that one was fantastic as well. Both of them just kind of roll into each other, got great heavy energy to them. What I want to say is, early Sum 41 as I knew them by the commercial releases. Never There, I believe that would be the ballad that I was like, about. Eat You Alive. We're back into some tempo again. The People Versus, back into some tempo again. And Catching Fire, I thought was a really good way to close out the album, actually. The whole way around, this is definitely a more grown-up Sum 41 compared to, like Fat Lip and stuff like that. But it's still the same Sum 41. I very much enjoyed this album. I know it sounds like I'm downplaying it. I'm not giving as much credence and kudos and whatnot. But honestly, this was a good album to drive to, man. This one, there's a good possibility this might go into the road trip CD collection. Because I think I'm going to put together a collection of CDs that I generally don't listen to at home all that much, but make for great road trip albums. And this is definitely one of them, man. I just really enjoyed driving and listening to this one. So yeah, Sum 41, Order and Decline. Give it a listen. It's worth listening to at least once. I'll say that much. And I'm hoping you're enjoying the background here. If you really pay attention, you'll notice that when I'm filming in here, this background is going to be changing regularly. I'm working on it right now. So, you have a little game. What's different from the last video you watched? Okay, folks. That's it. I'm done with this. Let me know anything down below in the comments. That's what the comments is for. On your way down there, if you get a like button, subscribe button, bell for notifications, I'd really appreciate it. A couple links worth checking it out. I'm slowly getting Patreon, doing some stuff, putting some stuff on there from time to time. Like button, subscribe button, bell for notifications. I think I said those. I said the links. Otherwise, folks, peace, love, take care.